Let's do an unboxing of the BiOrb Earth 125. I really want to get this open and start looking at it, so I don't know how long this video is going to be or how cut up it is going to be. It might just kind of be off the cut and I'll leave it raw, unedited, maybe do some B-roll shots, but we will see. We have, this is the humidimist funnel here. Not entirely sure what this doodad is. I believe this is for water level, because this goes down into the filling chamber for the rain and fog system. I'm assuming if this is popped up to the top of here, this orange thing, that means we're full and no more water can go in there. I'll have to look at the instructions to get more clarity on that. We have standard power brick for power to the device. It is an all-in-one device. So all you need is this into the wall, and then it's controlled via an app. This is our matting here, some foam. This goes down as like a base layer onto the bottom of the tank, and I'll show you. Here's the cutout for where the drain is. There's a false bottom with a drain, so this is kind of protects that. And then you can put whatever kind of false bottom on top of this. So that's pretty cool. Other part, cable. Looks like we have some manual. Pretty beefy manual, comes in all the languages. We have our removable vent cartridges, I believe. Yeah, so these pop open and air is going to be coming into the back of the device and exiting through here. So we have charcoal filters, or activated carbon, I guess you could say. Those just snap back in like that. And that's on both sides. As you can see, this is where the air is exiting. So when this sits down here like that, it's actually gonna be coming out of here. Air is gonna be pumping in through the back. So same thing on the other side. This just pops open like that. You have your filter media in there, your activated carbon. And then in the top, feeding hole for whatever you're feeding in there on both sides. They do have locking ones that come in here if you need a locking top. You know, something a little more protective if you have something in there that might be dangerous or venomous, or you don't want someone going in there or something opening this. They do sell locking ones. And then in the middle here, we have this lighting unit. This lighting unit does plug in with one single plug here at the back into this keyed reception slot here. This is keyed so you don't screw that up. And then this light panel has replaceable lights. I'm not exactly sure how these come off. I think they just screw off with a couple screws in the top here. But I know you can replace these. We have LED, UVA, and UVB on here. I'm not sure what's what. This might be infrared and this might be UV. I'm not too privy onto what those actually look like, but I know it does feature those. All right, so when we have this opened up, there's a lot going on, as you can see. There's quite a lot in the inside, and then on the side here as well, and the top. At the top here, again, this is our fresh air carbon filter, and these can be replaced and pulled off of this. This is where we are filling for dry mist and for rain nozzles. We have our hose here for overflow if needed. If this needs to be drained, this comes off and can be drained into a bucket. Pretty neat. Let's just go on like that and tighten down. Speaker at the top. It plays animal noises and rainforest noises if that's something you like. On the side here, we have a intake and outtake for Peltier filtration. This is a non-moving parts heating and cooling solution. I'm not exactly sure how the physics work behind this. I have heard about these implementations before this product. So it can actively heat or actively cool the air being put into this unit. So I believe air, comes in through here, goes throughout the heat exchange here, out through the top here with the fan, and then air is returned through here and ejected out again. Not entirely sure how that stacks up, exactly what order it does that, but I know that's for heating and cooling and for air exchange. In the inside here, we have our built-in rain mist nozzles. Here we have our dry mist. This would be like a fogger. And then we have sensors that are placed around the tank for humidity and temperature. And then at the bottom here, you can see this is where we are draining when we're full. And then in the bottom here, built into the bottom, I might have to stop this to pull this out, but we have like a foam bottom with some snaked heating cables ran through that can be changed how you would like. If you need heating or want heated or heated areas or sections, you can change that. I'll pull that out so you can see in a second. So I very carefully tipped this unit on its back here. I'm assuming that's the only way you'd be able to do this to get to this, because this is quite wedged under there, and you might have heck of a hard time actually accessing this if this was actually set up, which is something to consider if you are going to go this route with one of these units. I would find it very hard to get this off once it's set up without tipping it on its side like this, unless you have someone hold it and you wiggle it out from the bottom. But definitely configure this how you want before setting this up, because you can weave these through here just like a in-floor heating like people do in their houses or bathrooms. It's just weaved pipe. And you can change that to have a hot zone or a cool zone. This seems to be equal like this. I'm not going to be really using this here because I am going to put dart frogs in here, and they don't need the heating and will not benefit from it. So I'm going to pop this back up, get this unit back up right. We'll get it filled with humidimist and then plugged in and see how it goes. You have about 2 liters of distilled water here to avoid any kind of lime scale or scaling buildup on the internal parts or on the acrylic. It says that you can put about maximum of 4 liters into this. This is less than 2 liters, so it holds more than twice this amount. And we're gonna fill up with our handy little funnel thing. Nice and easy. I guess this just comes out. Make sure you get everything in there. I'll just leave it in there for a little bit, let it dry out. I'm going to put the lighting unit back on. So lots of room in here to access when you're scaping or need to move stuff around. Like, this is very easy to access. Not as easy as you would get from like a front opening enclosure, but with this top opening, what you're benefiting from is less chances of something escaping or feeding, you know, insects like fruit flies or crickets escaping. I am curious to see if the screening that they have in here will be good for keeping fruit flies in or not, but these are removable. They do pop off, so you could supplement if you really need to add more screening or something a little more thicker woven. Let's get our wings on. We're gonna skip the water retention mat with caliper system for right now, because it will be a while until I've set this up. All right, here we have it all plugged in and set up. I mucked it up pretty good with fingerprints, getting it out of the box, but do the best we can here. Let's go ahead and get the application set up for this. Yeah, so setup went pretty easy on this. I just had to connect it to my Wi-Fi, and I can control the app via Wi-Fi or locally via Bluetooth. And then it gives you so many different climate zones that are preset, and you can set custom anything per month, time of day for humidity, rain, and lighting. There's pretty much endless options, but here you can go. I'm kind of going through some of these options and looking at these preset configurations. They're really cool. They kind of give you the zones that they are trying to represent and what they're going to set for humidity and temperature and how much rain those areas normally get. So I'm looking through, quite a bit of it. I think I went with the temperate climate. I went with the one with the most humidity, so the fully humid one, and I went with the cooler summer one, which would be perfect for dart frogs. It's by default, it looks like it's trying to keep the temperature around 70 so degrees, with a higher humidity around 75%. Again, you can change this. You can bump this up to 80% humidity or lower, and you can change, how much rain gets just based on what you're keeping in here. But these presets are a good way to start with this, to kind of, if you have no idea, what you're doing, I guess this kind of helps a little bit, but I think I'm going to go ahead and tweak and customize some of this for myself. It went ahead and did a firmware update, which was expected, and then it kind of launches you into your application, and you can see your earth, temperature, humidity, and you can change all these profiles and, mist on demand and humidity on demand. You can change lighting schedules and run through simulations with those. really beautiful UI on this app. So many times do I see American products or American made products that the app development is poor and very lacking and comes from another company, and it's just kind of doesn't work well. The UI isn't well, so it's really nice to see a UI that looks good and works well. All right, as you can see, I have finished setup. Something interesting to note is we are fogging, but it's like, there's not a lot coming out here. Well, that's user error. You need to have this shut. You cannot have the filling port open, because it just pours out the top, which is totally my fault. I should know that I can't leave that open. I need to take this here and seal it. If the back looks a little weird, I'll let you know in a second. So I did take the back plate off because I'm me, and I wanted to see what was going on behind the scenes of this thing's work. Here's the back, and this is crazy. Water storage here, misting here. You have your carbon filter slots in here. You're having your airflow go past this and then into here for this misting unit. I'm assuming once this misting unit, which is right here, I'm assuming once the water level gets below somewhere around here, this will cut off. Interesting enough, there is another sensor probe down here for water level all the way at the bottom, so maybe it has to get all the way down. This is about 4 liters of water here. It took a lot to fill this up, and I filled it up to the top, and it will be quite some time before I have to fill this up, I believe. We have our pump for our rain systems here. They split off with a T that is right here. It's kind of hard to see. There's a T here. From this bottom part of this pump, it pumps it up into our 2 rain nozzles that are on both sides here. And then this heat exchange and cooling system is so cool that this side here is heating. So if it doesn't need to be heated, it's just sucking hot air out and spitting it out the top here. And this is warm to the touch. Like, it's not like burn myself warm, but it's warm, and it's shooting out hot air. This one here is cold to the touch. This feels like a cold Coke can right now. And the air going inside right now, because I want this cold, not like freezing cold, but I want this at temperatures that will be good for dart frogs. It is cooling this right now, and the cold air is coming from below here, being pumped through here and cooling this system. And then you have your main circuit board here. Oase did a really great job with whoever they did their manufacturing through and planning, because all of their PCBs are actually labeled for what they need to be, which is great for people who like to figure out how things work and fix them. As you can see, we have, sensor bottom. I know for a fact this one here, fogger pump, heat cable. So really awesome stuff. This is the button to confirm that you filled it up. It's normally hidden inside behind this little plate here, but since I took the back off to kind of see what behind the scenes are, yeah, and then we have our speaker on top here if you want the noises. So let's go ahead and see what misting looks like. So there I have initiated a misting session. That's crazy cool. And you can run these, they're normally on a timer, but you can run them scheduled. And you can automatically do them if you want to bump up the rain or turn it down. I'll go through and show you some of what the lighting control looks. You can schedule it by day. each month can be different, each day can be different during that month. Same with the humidity and the light and temperature. It's all scheduled, which is really, really cool. And adjustable outside of those climate zones that I first set up. All right, so this is where we've ended up today. I took a little bit more time away from camera to kind of look at this thing and read the manual, go through the app. I'll show some of the app in the video, just to kind of get you familiarized with what that looks like. It's on the floor, as you can see. I don't have the stand for it yet. I'm getting a stand sometime in January, I hope, for this, so will sit at the same level as these aquariums here. Yeah, this is where it's gonna be for now. I don't plan on setting it up for a while, but let me know what you think of this unboxing, how you'd like to see this scaped. It might be difficult to do any kind of like background or whatnot in there just due to all the sensors and stuff that's back there, but a cool peninsula type thing would be really cool. And yeah, let me know what type of frogs you want me to keep in this as well, because I'm really looking forward to that. All right, I'll see you in the next one.